Hello, Cyberspace Citizen Harrison, your favorite cyber bitch here. And tonight's title is I Wish All My Exes Lived in Texas.
Yeehaw.
And I will get to that explanation in a minute. I have with me my baby brother, an American Kelp.
Hey.
And I have Scooby 331.
Hey, hey.
Alright, so I'm sure you guys want to hear the reason for the title.
Sure, enlighten me.
So I have this ex. I'm not going to say his actual name on air, but my baby brother knows him as Zaven.
I do?
Yeah, you do. You used to play Xbox with him.
Oh, him.
Yeah. So
You know, with a name like that, I'm just picturing a guy wearing a trench coat made out of mink fur. But continue.
I know my Phoenix Rising.
Yeah, Phoenix Rising. By the way, we do have a Burnside with us, but he's in the chat. He says, I'm here, but still sick. Fucking pray Ragnarok winter.
Well, I'm going to give him some free advice. It was really cold here last night because we got that we got hit from that front that came in off of I think Newfoundland or something, or it might have come from Greenland. I don't fucking know. I don't got a globe in front of me. The point is, we got blasted with some Scandinavian shit on top of that polar vortex, and I was freezing my ass off. My best advice to him is to bundle up and actually hop in here. If he's going to be sitting there in the chat talking, it'll actually help him take his mind off of the heat, the lack of heat, rather.
I told him all we need is his voice. He can be in the hangout and bundle up in bed.
Yeah, that's what I was telling. That's what I'm saying. Like the other day when I was in here talking, it was so cold. I had on my outside jacket and my scarf and my gloves. You know, it is what it is. You know, I mean, I don't know. It's just a suggestion. I'm not gonna try to like twist his arm to hop on. I'm just saying it'll probably help him warm up if he just throws on his jacket and his hat and hops in here or whatever.
So back in November, my ex was like, he was just flipping his shit because I had made a comment like twice because he had his hair cut so short that he looked like a fucking white nationalist crackhead. And for a long time, he kept saying, hey, I'd like for us to hang out, no strings attached. You could come over, we could drink, you can have the bed, I'll take the couch, blah, blah, blah. Yet in the same, hour of texting, he would send me a picture of his junk. And on one of them, yeah, he sent it to me. He goes, I could tease you, remind you of what you're missing out on, and I get a picture of, him with his junk hanging out. I go, yeah, no. He goes, aw, well, that's the best I can do. I said, yeah, if I need sex, I got myself covered. We kept trying to, like, try and hang out. So, it was one of the days that I was cooking steak on the grill, and he's like, you should bring me one. Which, by the way, I forgot to send him the link to this. That way you can watch it. There we go. Only because I is a cunt. So he goes, it wouldn't be the only thing I ate. I go, it's my red meat to eat. I said, and your tongue isn't coming near me.
This is a very racy conversation.
He goes, well, I'm honestly done being insulted. I said, I wasn't insulting. I was telling the truth. I go, you keep saying we can hang out with no strings attached, but you keep adding strings. He goes, nope, I'm good. Wish you the best of luck. Hope life treats you well. I'm not going to drag this on. Blah, blah. Dude, I was waiting for him to fucking block me, and he kept going on and on and on. And, he's like, and this is the last time I'll talk to you. Seriously, be safe. And I sent him a gift that says, from The Office, that goes, yeah, we've heard this story. Goes, I'm sure this time I'm 30 and over it. So be safe on your travels and wish you nothing but happiness. Goodbye. And so I sent a gif of Rihanna like rolling up a car window on somebody.
Oh, there you go.
He goes, in all seriousness, I won't block you because you might need me one day. And I'm just like, okay, whatever the fuck, dude. And today, and this happened on November 1st, mind you. All that happened November 1st.
Uh-huh.
Today at 4:59 p.m., I get a message from him. How are things? I go, good. You're a day early on the 3 months. He goes, I figured. I go, you're like clockwork. He goes, I get drunk as fuck once every 3 months. Then he's responding to the like clockwork. He goes, pretty much. And now he's responding to the, he's listening to the show.
Is he?
Hi, Zaven. I sent him a link, and he goes, oh, really? You want to talk shit on stream, make you feel big? I got you. Okay, whatever, dude.
I just asked that you lower the notification. That really hurts. My poor ears.
I'm working on it.
All right.
Yeah.
So
yeah, he's sitting here messaging me saying, you want to talk shit on air, and I'm just like, I'm just reading what's said. I'm not talking shit. I haven't responded because evidently he's watching the show. So, if you're watching the show, Zaven, fucking message in the chat. Fucking Heinrich's there. My boyfriend.
Oy vey.
Because apparently he seems to think every guy I date that's not him is a stepping stone to get me back.
Oh, good Lord.
Oh, he says, I have shit to say to you. Then say it in the fucking chat. Let the fucking world see it.
There you go.
I just found a Florida man story that's just.
Oh, wait. He means I don't have shit to say to you. Oh.
All right. I'm just curious. Does this guy own like he strikes me as the type that owns like a houndstooth jacket and a fedora that match.
Probably not.
Hawaiian shirt kind of guy. What happened?
I remember he had long hair.
Not anymore. Not last I knew.
All right. I'm just trying to get a picture in my head. Like I don't know. I'm trying to. I mean, it's Florida, so I'm really trying not to be a dick with the way my thought process is going.
Well, it's her ex. I'm pretty sure you can be a dick about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Hey, Pat, how are you?
Hey, what's going on?
No, not a damn thing, thankfully.
Pat, I'm just being a bitch, so yeah.
Yeah, she's teabagging some ex-boyfriend live on there. She's enjoying herself, so whatever.
Dude, he messages me after 3 months, and mind you, he does this every 3 months. It'll take a bit longer
How long
for him to, And he's like, how you doing? And then he tries to want to quote unquote hang out. And he's sitting here. I literally just wanted to say hi, but sure, be cancer, whatever, dude. Seriously, dude, every time you talk to me, whether you're sober or drunk, you're constantly trying to get in my pants.
Yeah, no, that's what it basically sounds like.
Yeah.
Done with it. Hence,
Hey.
yes, I'm calling you out on air. Screw you.
Be flattered. Look at it that way. At least, take it as a compliment.
Scooby? I said
Yo.
you.
All right.
The what?
Let me see.
Yeah, it's like I was laid out, and all of a sudden I got that call, and at first I was like, because I got to be up early in the morning. But I'm off this weekend. I was like, I could be on tomorrow, but then again, I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm wide awake now, so shit, jump on.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. I got to go myself tomorrow and enroll late in the college just so I got to do it for my comp case with the state. They want me to work New York State, and I've been going through the goat rodeo in the system with them.
By the way, guys, the X is in the chat.
What?
Oh, what up, bro? Her ex-boyfriend, he's in the chat.
Oh.
I will say this, Tara. I looked at him. He's not bad looking. He's not an ugly guy, So, bro, don't worry. I'm not gonna sit here and tear into you. I was only, busting shoes before. And you know what? And honestly, Tara, I'm not like devil's advocate for this guy, but I was the same way back in the day. I had the black book, and I would roll through it and be like, "Oh, yeah, let me give her a jingle." So.
Oh yeah, everybody does that.
Yeah.
Especially when you're single, and it's like you're trying to see what's up, especially when you get in that mood.
Yeah. And you know what, bro? If you obviously you're listening, you're in the chat. I'm just gonna say to you, man. I can't hate. You know what I'm saying? I can't hate the game that you're trying to run. And Tara's pretty, so I can't blame you neither. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna interfere with what Tara's doing, but I'm just saying, bro, I got no hate on you. That's all I'm saying. Patches, you fat. You want more food? Give me a second. I gotta feed the dog.
Yeah, because we've all been there.
Well, the thing is, and I've said it to him time and again, dude, we broke up for a reason. Evidently, we don't mesh well, but it doesn't matter what, who he's dating or what's going on or who I'm dating. At some point, he tries to get with me. And it's just like, no. Oh, he says, I'm just saying hi because I felt bad about shredding her last we spoke. DG didn't shred me. Dude, if I was shredded, then I would probably be throwing a hissy fit or some shit like that. I probably would have actually hunted your ass down at your fucking job. No, you didn't shred me. I sat here laughing my ass off. And when you finally stopped talking, I stopped searching for a gift to send to make you go away. No, I'm not doing that now. I literally am putting you on blast because I can. This is my channel, my show. And fucking Heinrich, he finds this hilarious, I guarantee you. So, yeah.
All right. So besides that, I said, how is everybody doing? The weather and all that shit. I know where Scooby is. I know it's got to be goddamn that polar vortex and all that shit.
Thank God we're not getting it too severe. I was looking on the news, and I guess for whatever reason, the Hudson River is acting like a barricade because it's 10 degrees warmer on the other side of the Hudson. So Like I was looking because upstate New York, like it's like -1 degree, -6, -9, depending like how close you get to the Great Lakes. But then I'm looking and they're showing like in the Dakotas and in Minnesota, bro. It's like fucking -50 and shit.
Yeah, they said I'm mostly hitting in the Midwest, and I know what it's like. I lived in Minnesota from '09 to 14, and yeah, man, it's like, man, that shit would hit like in the -30s and shit like that. Like, and I'm saying that was without the wind chill. So you just imagine, all like that shit probably got the wind chill mixed up in there. So it's like they're in like
Mhm.
state of emergency weather. Like shit.
I had to throw the heat on so high last night, and what it is, me and the wife, we got it up in the bedroom. We got one of the little portable box heaters, and we got like one of the big box fans. So I put the
Mhm.
heater on, and I put the box fan on behind it full blast to like blow the hot air around the room.
I do that too.
I still was freezing last night. What it was, the temperature was 6 degrees. But then, because I live right on the Atlantic Ocean, I'm about
Mm.
maybe not even a half a mile away from the ocean where I am. So the wind chill coming off of the bay, it brought it down to, I think, I want to say -20 with the wind chill.
Mm.
Yeah, so the house was getting bombarded last night. Like, if we, it's where you got to like leave the pipes running, like you got to leave the sink dripping so that the pipes don't freeze and burst.
Yeah.
That happened to a guy I was at the gym with last week. I heard him talking to one of the other guys he works out with, and he's like, "Yeah, I had to stay home from work today because all the pipes exploded.
Mm.
Sucks." Yeah, it's cold as fuck out here, but that's part of the reason Burnside ain't on with us right now. It's so cold where he is, he can't stream because he can't keep his teeth from chattering.
Yeah. And Saban, yes, YouTube does have certain rules. Guess what? I haven't violated them.
Oh man, this poor guy.
Mm.
But yeah, well, like I said, Terry, you can play with him all you want. I ain't gonna take shots at him.
Mm.
Yeah, especially like I said, I done the same exact thing as him, and I probably
Yeah,
the worst scoundrel. So I'm definitely
exactly.
not going to be a hypocrite on this.
Oh no, cause I can imagine many times I'm like, being single and shit like that. I wonder if such and such is doing this and that.
Hmm.
See if I can try to holler.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'll be honest with you, man. When I was single, depending on what waitress worked where, that was actually what like it influenced like what I was going to eat for dinner. Like,
Mhm.
okay, where am I going? Okay, Holly works over here. I'm going to go see what she's up to. you know.
Now, if he with somebody and he trying to do this, like that's a different thing right there. But if he's single and he just in the goddamn mood, he trying to get laid. Yeah, I understand. I've done that many times.
Oh yeah. Hell, I actually had a legit little black book.
Mm.
Like I had the
You guys
little.
want to hear the last message he sent me?
Mhm.
Because
Sure.
he's saying, I bet she's not going to read that last message. No, don't even try me. It's my channel. I don't care. You're still the forward focus of females. You get your knocks in. I'm in a better life, a better job, getting better head. You're still living off assistance.
But he's going to insult you.
What?
He's going to insult you to attract you.
Yeah. He literally thinks that works.
And I know
Had-
shit attracts flies, but we don't have insect psychology.
Yo, I'm just saying right now, Tara, don't be mad at me, but I'm stealing that guy's insult right there. You're the forward focus of females. Yo, seriously, anyone asks, I'll be like, yo, nah, this guy down in Florida, I took it from him. It's not an original Scooby, but yo, that the forward focus of females. I like that. I really do.
Yeah.
Patches, you still hungry? Neek, young order. All right, be right back.
Oh shit. Mm.
Yeah. They're a forward focus of females. Yeah. That's why let's see, we split in like 2014-ish.
Mm.
And since then he's been trying to get me back. I have messages to prove it.
I don't know.
But no, I'm in a mood, so I decided to put someone on blast. And he happened to message me in a day that I'm in a mood. So yeah, go ahead, blame it on the alcohol, sure. You know, when alcohol's involved, the truth comes out.
Oh yeah.
I have learned this from experience. So evidently,
That's at the time right there. You don't give a fuck.
it's just I'm in a happier place. You're in a happier place, so you say, okay, then why the fuck are you contacting me? Go to your girl, tell her get on her knees, start polishing that chrome, and go smoke yourself a fat one.
I love it when I catch the ass end of these conversations. Mine just wanders in so many directions.
What part did you catch?
Oh, I know. I come in and I hear, just get on your knees. It's something about chrome, and then go smoke a fat one. I'm like, what the? All right. Cool. This fucking dog is on an eat-a-thon. He's trying to consume his body weight.
No. What I did was I told Zayvin to go tell his girl to get on her knees, start polishing that fucking chrome, and for him to smoke a fat one while he's at it.
Oh, there you go.
Be messaging an ex, because guaranteed, because I promise you, I'm around fucking Heinrich, he's not messaging any exes.
Yeah.
Because he already knows that I will find out where they live just based on the phone number, because he made the mistake of introducing me to people. And I will decide to go find them, look at them, and go stop messaging him, or else there will be blood, lots and lots of blood.
Yeah.
And I will just leave.
My wife had to deal with that when me and her first got together. And one of the funny things was actually, it was weird because a lot of my friends' girlfriends were like approaching me about like, yo, can I come home with you and your girl? And that's part of actually the reason that a lot of my friends stopped talking to me was, I'm like, I look at them, I'm like, your girl tried to have a three-way with me and mine. Why are you mad at me? Seriously. That makes no sense.
Sparky's Tech Corner's in here. He goes, seen the notification, popped in, now popping out. And then he goes, it's like listening to Jared Springer on walkie-talkies.
That's funny.
Yes, it is.
Jerry Springer on walkie-talkies. I don't know. I don't think that's really like Jerry Springer. I'll be honest, like Springer was good when they showed the uncensored shit. That's the only thing, like when he had on like those crazy broads. Other than that,
let them fight for a bit before tearing them apart.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I was I'm showing my age. When I was younger, before Jerry Springer, there was Richard Bay. And
before that, and also before Jerry Springer, there was Geraldo.
Oh yeah, I remember Geraldo, but
all the time on Geraldo.
I'm pretty sure I want to say it was the Richard Bay show. A couple of, like, for whatever reason, I think I've known more people that have been on shows like that than most people should. I think I know about a half dozen people who have been on those shows easily. One of them was actually a girl I went to high school with. I had a thing for her, and then I found out she was on the Richard Bay show. Oh God, I'm gonna have to go ask around the neighborhood. You see, the problem is most of these people that I would go ask, like they're dead, and the ones that are alive, I really don't want to talk to. But fuck it, I'll take one for the team and for the stream, and I'll actually go talk to some of these crackheads. Like, hey Mookie, come here, I got a question for you. Who the fuck was on Richard Bay? But yeah, Jerry Springer with walkie-talkies.
Side chat.
What happened?
Side chat.
Yeah, I know. The friggin' dog. Well, stop feeding the dog so much. You won't have to take a badunga shit every 15 minutes. Seriously. Well, then again, that dog looks like a horse. You ever seen this thing? Big ass. Kel, what is that thing? It's a half pit.
Mastiff?
Yeah, what is it? Half pit and half mastiff or something?
Oh,
Pit, half lab. Hold on.
Yeah, half pit, half lab. It's a beautiful dog. Yeah, beautiful dog, but it looks like a fucking Clydesdale.
I don't know what
Then
you're talking
again,
about then.
yeah, that dog. Yeah, look at him. He's beautiful. Butch. Butch, how are you? Yeah. Oh, what a
that
handsome
dumbass
boy.
right there.
Yeah, he's handsome. Look at that.
Hey, Cody, come here. Come here. Speak. Speak.
All
Speak.
right.
Speak. One more time. One more time. Speak. 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 Come on, one more time.
Dog, like, get that out of my face. I don't want to talk yet.
Oh, he's such a handsome boy. Look at him. Oh, Patches. Cody is on the camera. Yes. Hold on. Look at him. Let Daddy get his beer really. Oh, what a handsome dog.
No. Oh Lord, damn! I got hit with a lot of messages on Twitter. Oh, shit.
Yeah, you know, I'll be honest. I'm kind of glad I got rid of Twitter. I didn't like having the fucking responsibility of having to respond to people nonstop. It got old quick.
I know a lot of it was like people liking certain tweets and
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, people would say to me, they're like, "What is your Twitter account dead?" I'm like, "Nah." They're like, "Well, how come you never tweet anything out?" I'm like, "I got nothing to say." Like, I kept getting hit up in Discord. They're like, "Yo, what's wrong with your Twitter?" I'm like, "No, nothing. Why?" They're like, "You haven't tweeted out anything in like a couple of weeks ago." Yeah, so like, and then I started using it just to like tweet out the show. That was about it, because that's the only thing I had to talk about. You know? I don't know. I'm just fuck, man. I'm too old for this shit. I'm a 20th century guy in the 21st century. You know, that's basically the best way I could describe myself. Like,
I
I don't
know,
know.
yeah. It's like I'll admit, Twitter is like a shit show and stuff like that, but it's also like
Yeah,
something that that I can't like turn my eyes against away from because it's like I know like if I'm looking for excitement, it's gonna be on fucking Twitter because like it never fucking fails. Somebody gonna say or do something that's gonna be like, oh my god, this person's an idiot.
yeah. You know, I hear you. I hear you. It's you know what it is. I guess I hate saying it, and sounding cliche, but like the New York mentality, it's one of those things. Like it's well, he said this and she said this, and who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like
I know.
I can't really get into the whole drama thing. That's like all right, Pat. Just for God's sake, I'm gonna have to roll you out the door. It's like it's so funny that I've been dealing with all this drama for the past few months because it's one of those things I got no interest in. And I'm not trying to sound like an aloof dick, but it's one of those things. Like to me, it's not important. Like my thing is like I'm not even into politics. I'm into policy more than anything. That's part of the reason. Like I wear that with the red, white, and blue outfit instead of like a red "Make America Great Again" hat because I'm not right wing, and I'm not really even a Republican except on paper. So I'm saying that's their colors. I don't feel comfortable rocking it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't usually rock the red hat, but I digress. Like I came on here, like I'm more interested in talking to people as a journalist because I'm interested in learning about different folks, and I'm more interested in, like I said, the country, the country as a whole. The people with their drama and like these politicians with their lies and shit. To me, it's two sides of the same coin. Like all this drama nonsense that me and the rest of the stream have been dealing with the past few months.
Mhm.
It's they can say whatever they want. Well, I voted for Trump, so that doesn't make that means I'm not an SJW. The fuck it doesn't. You're doing the same shit as them. You sit here and go after people for who they talk to, and well, you can't stream with this person, and we're not going to talk to you. Well, go fuck your hand. Don't gotta talk to you then. You know. But
Nah, I hear you. Yeah, I hear you.
yeah, it's one of those things like I don't know how. You know what? There's the guy on Fox, Brett Bear, or Brett Barr, however you pronounce his name. And I was watching him once, and they were asking. He was doing an interview. Someone was interviewing him, and they asked him. They're like, "So you like covering politics?" And he goes, "Oh, I love it. I so do love it." And I'm looking at him. I'm like, and this guy's usually he's a straight man. He's usually shows no emotion, but he broke character when he said this. And I'm like, huh. How the fuck could somebody love politics? And you know what? It's the same as loving, like, as long as you ain't involved in it, I can see what you're saying, man. Like, it's entertaining as fuck to look at sometimes.
Mm.
Yeah, I can see that, how somebody could love politics because of just all the insanity and the absurd shit in it. Like, I could see, you know what I'm saying? I could see how you could enjoy looking at the drama on Twitter and watching that shit unfold. It's like a train wreck.
Yeah.
You get to watch that shit in stages sometimes. You know? You know, the epic shit, I can see that. But some of these people having their cat fights on Twitter, yeah, that I don't know.
Yeah. A lot of time it's just like for entertainment and just like for the likes and shit like that.
Yeah, yeah,
Like with the celebrities jumping in on shit like that. It's like one of them is the president of the United States. Now all of them think they politics and shit. So they sit up here, and it's like like, oh, fuck the president and shit like that. And what happens? Their stock, raised and shit like that. They start getting more fans. They start getting more, like money and shit like that. They start getting more venue. And a lot of people start talking to me about that. Well, yeah, but look at all these celebrities. They're all against Trump. I'm like, these people only saying it because they're trying to further their career. Because
yeah,
Hollywood is just straight up, left and all that right there. So if you want a career doing something like that, like if you're an aspiring actress, director, or you one of these like hip hop stars and shit like that, you automatically got to lean that way. Because if you don't, you ain't gonna have a job. I mean, look what they did. Look what they did to Kanye West when he said Trump's not a bad person and stuff like that, man. It's like hell shit, like the black community shunned him and shit like that. They don't play his music whatsoever on none of these stations and all this shit. And it's like it's hard to find his music around here. It's like they have fucking exiled him. So that just sent a message to all the other black, all the other black entertainers that if they so go that way and shit like that, we're gonna treat you the same damn way. So that's why a lot of them are just basically saying fuck Trump, because they're trying to salvage their career.
yeah. Like, I don't know if you've seen the thing they had up over by me, Hot 97. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I used to be a big fan of Hot 97 back in the day. Back when they had Ed Lover and Dr. Dre in the morning, and you had Kid Capri on the Wheels of Steel. Funk Flex in the afternoon and in the morning and in the evening, and Christ, Flex was on constantly back then.
Howdy.
Anyway, okay, you're back. But they had these new people they got on. It's all these militant leftist weirdos. Look, I'll be straight up with this. The black community in Brooklyn has gone almost full communist. A lot of people don't realize it. It's actually something that's been disturbing me a lot. It's been disturbing a lot of my friends in the neighborhood around here too. They're like, yo, every time I go up in Brooklyn to go visit my cousin, he's like, they're having their meetings and shit. He's like, yo, it's all red. I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. This was part of the reason I went up on YouTube. So I'm letting people know, like, yo, Brooklyn has become a communist friggin' cell. People don't realize it. Like, but, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm watching the thing on Hot 97, and they had Minister Farrakhan on there. And you got to watch the video, because Minister Farrakhan is talking to them, and he's telling them like, nah, I like flat out telling them, well, Trump is doing good for the community, and and you got to see they look like they want to get hostile with Minister Farrakhan, but you got to realize he's got the nation with him up in that studio. They'll kill these three DJs before they can even get up past their microphones. So they got to sit there and behave themselves. But you can see the animosity, and this is the thing. I'm sitting there like, wow, you're gonna get tight towards Minister Farrakhan. Like, not even the fact that Calypso Louis can get you fucking buried like that. It's the fact of the matter is, this is Minister Farrakhan that you're sitting there and you're going to cop an attitude with the man. Like, wow, like the audacity on these leftists. But yeah, Minister Farrakhan was sitting there and he's been saying a lot of things in support of Trump. He goes both ways. It depends.
Yeah, I'm saying, yeah, it all depends and all that right there. Especially like, when you get like real public and shit like that, where the cameras on him and all that right there, then he's all, fuck Trump. I think the most, I'm saying, well, they've done a lot of disrespectful things, but I think the most disrespectful thing they ever did is when they attended Aretha Franklin's funeral and they turned that whole book, and that whole entire thing political. I mean, that I'm saying that whole thing should have been like one of the most greatest thing you had, like one of the most legendary singers and stuff like that. This is her funeral. This is everybody saying goodbye. And they use that as a motherfucking opportunity to peddle their anti-Trump bullshit. And I'm just like, you sorry motherfucker. I mean, fucking Al Sharpton, Farrakhan, and all that shit right there and everything. Then you got the one preaching stuff like that, I'm saying, feeling all on Ariana's titty and shit like that. Bill being the fucking pervert that he is. I mean, there was so much goddamn sin in it. I mean, Aretha Frank, her ghost had to been looking down like, what on earth are y'all doing? Like, seriously, this is how y'all gonna let me go out?
Yeah, I remember when I was younger, you see Sharpton walking down the street, and you had to control yourself not to pull over and try to pick up a brick and throw it at his fat ass. This is before he lost the weight. I hate saying this, a lot of the crime that could be attributed to Brooklyn back in the day could be attributed to him fucking coming into that neighborhood and running his mouth, because he didn't give the same sort of sermon up in Harlem where he rests. When the whole time Sharpton's been living in that neighborhood, I don't remember him ever inciting any violence in Harlem to the same degree that he would incite violence in Brooklyn. Seriously. And, a lot of people don't like hearing me saying, Scoob, you shouldn't say that about Sharpton. And I'm like, you know what? I don't give a fuck if the man's got clout. I lived it. I remember when I was a kid being, sitting in the van. My father was on a delivery. He had no idea that the Crown Heights riots were going to erupt. I'm sitting there watching it go on down. Thank God they didn't come near the van, but I sat there watching that shit explode. You know what I'm talking about? The Crown Heights riots back in the 90s? It was really bad. It was when Sharpton said like this, let those Jews come to my house. I'll nail their yarmulkes to their heads. Back in the day, Sharpton was pretty much like a gang leader back in the 80s. He was vicious as fuck.
He still is, hell shit.
Yeah.
He's
mellowed the fuck out. I'm talking when he was really fat and he wore the tracksuits and he had that perm. You remember when he used to dress like a Sicilian gangster, when he used to wear the tracksuits and all the rings and the friggin' rope chains and everything? Yeah.
But it's like now I'm saying he's just playing a mental game now.
Yeah.
It's like, what I'm saying? It's like he knows what to say. He knows how to keep people charged and shit like that, to keep them staying at a certain place. Because, it's like one thing about the black community, you can't get them to think for themselves and shit like that. Because, if a black person starts thinking for themselves, they're horrible. You got to put them down. You got to exile them.
You don't know how much that bothers me.
Oh man, I hate it, and I'm saying I see it too many times. I'm saying in my community and shit like that, where I used to come from.
Yeah, well, you know what it is? It's from living here, because literally all of the different communities, like I've tried to explain it to a few people on here. It's not like it's self-segregating like you would think. It's just a lot of these communities, like I'm only second generation American. A lot of people who in these communities have only been in this country less than a century. So it's like they haven't completely assimilated yet. A lot of people think it's going to happen overnight. And I've seen the shtick that they used in the black community. They use a different version in the Polish community. They'll use a different version in the Irish community. It's like they got a Rolodex of bullshit that they'll just freaking flip through. Okay, who are we dealing with today? We're dealing with the Spanish. Okay, we're going to use this. We're dealing with the Irish. We're going to use this. We're dealing with the black people. We're going to use this. They have it's a different variation of that same shtick that they use in the black community. And I don't like it. Like, I was talking to a woman from the state today, and I flat out told her. I said to her, I said, one of the things that I got a problem with, because she was asking me what I go down to DC for. I said, well, one of the things that I talked to them about, I said, I'm against affirmative action in the bell curve. And she looks at me and she gave me this horrified look. And I said to her before she could say anything, I said, you're going to sit here and tell me, I said, that we have to use this shit because white people are the smartest and we have to use them as an index again to judge everyone else against. I said, the fuck out of here with that. I said, to me, that's insulting. I said, I was talking to a friend of mine and he said to me, he's like, do you support affirmative action? I said to him, I said, why do you ask? He said, well, because I'm telling you right now, I find it insulting as fuck. He said that they got to have a test there because, I can't score as good as a white person. I said, well, you said it, not me, but that's what I think about it. He said, good. So you have a brain in your head. Like, there's some guy I was playing darts with that's involved in Farmingdale. But seriously, those are two of the things that always bothered me. Like, they would explain it to me back in grade school when they explained it to me. I sat there and I raised my hand to the teacher. I'm like, isn't that wrong? And she goes, what do you mean? I go, you're sitting here and telling me you got the, well, she said, well, it's so everyone can get a job. I said, why don't they just, and this is when I was a kid, I even said this. I said, why don't they just use social security numbers and do it like a blind, where you don't know who you hire until they show up for the interview. You just go off of the resume that they send you. Wouldn't that be better than just saying, okay, we're going to give a quota and we're just going to hire a bunch of people and make sure that we have, like this variety? You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, and I said this to this woman because, it's a state agency that's supposed to provide help. I said to her, in my opinion, you're undercutting the black community doing this because then the students who need help are not getting the help because you're softening everything and you're not giving them a real education. You're giving them a watered down education. I said, you think you're doing good. I said, it's actually kind of fucked up. It's not kindness. It's cruelty. You don't realize it.
Yeah.
It's like, look, I'm sorry to say it like this to, when I was talking to this woman, but I told her flat out, I said, you guys are actually causing the problems that are in the black community to become worse or to stagnate at what level they are at. I said, because if you remove affirmative action in the bell curve, yeah, people's grades are going to plummet for the first quarter. Hopefully by the third quarter, you'll pick them up because you'll know what concentrations they're having trouble with in each individual student, and they'll get the tutoring they need. It's not rocket science. I said, your system that you have is lazy and insensitive, and I honestly think it's contrived to keep the black community down. It's some bullshit.
Oh,
We
yeah.
got, you know what I'm saying? We got testing nowadays to make sure that these kids get the proper education. Why the fuck are we going to sit there and just force them through the system? It's bullshit.
Oh, and in some parts, like I said, they actually do get the education and shit like that. It's just, some motherfuckers just squander it. It's like,
Yeah.
it just, and it really lights me up because, like I said, back in like Dr. Martin Luther King Day and stuff like that, well, our ancestors spent all this time, trying to get up in school and shit like that. Now it's like you can barely get black people in school. When they do get in school and shit like that, they want to bullshit and they want to squander and piss away all these damn opportunities. And then when opportunities are gone, they want to sit up here and try to blame everybody why they can't get this and why they ain't got that and why they can't receive that. And it's always like, oh, the white man trying to keep me down and this and that. I'm like, no, no, no. Ain't nobody keeping you down but your goddamn self. You had all these opportunities to do this and that. And you pissed it away. It's like my brother, he got like a 20-year-old son. He like that right now. He had opportunity after opportunity after opportunity to better himself, but he chooses to rip and run these goddamn streets. And now, like I said, he done burned down all his bridges with what I'm saying, with the family and all that right there. And now he's sitting right here mad, acting like nobody cares for him, nobody loves him, and all this shit right there. Like, no, boy, we love you. You're just a lazy layabout who I'm saying, who don't do shit for his goddamn self, and you expect people to take care of you while you rip and run these goddamn streets like I'm saying, like you own shit. So now, there you go. Like it's all on him.
Yeah, I got a nephew like that myself. All the kid does is play video games all day, and he's got a lot of problems. And I understand like his problems, like what he went through. It's nothing I'll get into right now on the air, just out of courtesy for my sister.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing, you know what I'm saying? Like I tell my sister all the time, like the other boy that she has. This is the thing. This kid works and works a lot, but he's the type where his mother's like, "Can you bring home food?" And this son of a bitch will come in and he'll hand her like a loaf of white bread and he'll have a bag of McDonald's for himself.
Damn.
Yeah. I told her, I said, look, you're my sister. That's the only thing that keeps me from putting a burlap bag over this fucking kid's head when he's going out to go to his car and beating him with a fucking mallet. Like, seriously. I mean, just because he's disrespectful to his mother. But it's the thing with these younger people. Like, that's the thing. I've noticed this across the board. All of these kids, they're fucking stupid. I mean, they're really stupid. Like, holy shit, bro. You try talking to them about stuff, and when I say stupid, I don't mean just like education-wise. I mean they're ignorant. They are rude. They are nasty. They say shit to me, and I've seen these kids say shit to other people where I'm flabbergasted. I mean, I actually nearly got it. I thought I was going to get arrested a couple of months ago because I seen this kid talking this way. This kid got nasty with this woman out of nowhere in the store, and I flat out told him, I said, "You're lucky there's cameras in here because I'll smack the shit out of you."
Yeah.
That's
what's wrong with these kids today. Like I was saying, a lot of them do, like I'm saying, because they spoil.
Yeah. They never had to work for nothing in their lives.
The fact that the parents are like, oh, well, I want to give them a better life, so, I'm not going to spank them. I'm not going to do this. I'm going to give them whatever the fuck they want. Plus, there's also DCF or a CPS that's like, oh, if you spank your kids, we're going to arrest you.
That's the problem.
With mine right there, like I said, I'll tell you right now, hey, go ahead, call them. I'll take that damn charge before it's over. Goddamn, it's going to be me and you. I would say we gonna dance before I go to jail. That's what got my kids right there. When I showed them that I could give two shits about what the law said about me tearing their ass up, they like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's the parents that let that stuff like say like, oh damn, I can't do this because the law said this and the law said that. When the kids see that right there, they already know, oh, I got you. So I mean I can say whatever they say and do whatever the hell I want. You ain't gonna do anything. I told mine, like I said, my kids and my nieces and my nephews, try me if you're bad enough.
Yeah. I grew up old fashioned. In my house, belt was a verb when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? My father was he actually played rhythm guitar in a rhythm and blues country band. Like, it was just like him and his friends. It wasn't like they were touring or anything. They play like the local bars or whatever. But he had like this big, thick ass cowboy belt, which I always used to joke, and I used to get smacked the shit out of with it. I said, "Oh, look, it's the spaghetti kid," and he'd get all pissed off at me. But yeah, I was an asshole as a boy. But he had this belt, Mike. It looked like a slab of fucking bacon. That's how thick this thing was. And he would crack that thing on the table, and no matter where I was in the house, if he wanted my attention, all I'd hear it sounded like a bullwhip. Yeah, I caught that thing like a few times. Oh my God, the welts. Oh shit, yeah. You ever like get it where your skin you get like you ever catch a belt so bad like just the one smack from it, your skin actually like gets a tear and you bleed?
Yep.
Oh yeah, the old man would draw blood if he caught me. And this is the thing, like people are like, oh, so your father used to beat you? Nope. I only caught the belt maybe 2-3 times. Like, really? I said, yeah, I'm not stupid. I figured out when he would take the thing out, and I made sure not to do that.
Yeah. And if I did get my ass whooped, it's because, like I said, I was doing something I shouldn't have been doing.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm saying, they just walked in and they just had a bad day, and all of a sudden just started taking it out on me. Like, no, when I got a spanking, it's because I was fucking up.
Exactly.
You know what my father did once? I'll never forget it. I was a teenager, and my brother, I think he was like in his early 30s, because he's a lot older than me. And, because I'm the youngest of 7, and he's like one of the oldest. So I was like in my late teens. But anyway, the old man comes into the house, and my brother's laying on the couch, and I'm leaning up against the wall, and I'm reading a comic book, and my brother's flipping through the TV. And my father comes in, and he hauls off, and he wraps my brother in the head, and he smacks me upside the head. And we're both like, oh, what the hell is that for? And he goes just like this. He's like, I don't know what the hell either of you did. I haven't been home all day. But I'll find out later. He literally just came in and smacked both of us because he didn't know if we were up to anything. So
Like I know y'all did something. I can't. I'm saying I ain't heard about it yet, but just
Yeah. Yeah, he did that every once in a while. Like that's the thing. Like, these kids, you tell things like this to these kids, and they get horrified from that shit. Like, I hate saying this because it aggravates a lot of people, but I got to say it. When I had re-enrolled into college about a year or two ago, I've said this on the air, and this is the God's honest truth. I told this woman, and actually, I want to address this really quick. People have actually gone completely nuts about what I've said. When they lower the flag and raise the flag in the morning when they raise it, I always heard it referred to as revelry. And when they lower the flag, I heard it referred to as taps. Somebody went all nuts and they said, well, that's retreat. It's not taps. I said, okay, fine. I myself never served. So the fact that I've misspoke about that in the past, sorry. If I keep referring, I'm going to, I always thought retreat was what they called it in the Army. My father was Navy. I had heard him, he had told me it was taps when I was a kid. I didn't keep asking him every time, well, what is it when they lower the flag? He's going to say, schmuck, what are you, stupid? I told you already. So he said once to me, he called it taps, and I always stuck in my head. But anyway, we had, when I was younger, and his health was good, and me and my brother used to get dragged out every morning, depending what time of year it was. We would go out and we'd raise the flag for revelry, and then we'd lower it in the evening for what I called taps, but apparently is retreat. And I told them this, and at the college, I told the woman when I was enrolling into college, and without even missing a beat, she looks at me and she goes, "Oh, you poor thing. We actually offer counseling for that." And that's what's wrong right there, is when you got the college telling you they got counseling for you doing something as what I thought is really, you got a flag in front of your house, you raise it at sunrise and you lower it at sunset. No, they offer counseling for that. That's what's wrong with these kids.
Can I get counseling for being forced to say the pledge in school?
Yeah, in my state, yeah.
Awesome. Maybe they'll consider it also PTSD, and I can finally get my disability.
Yeah, I'm just.
That to me, look, I'm sorry.
And they wonder what's wrong with this generation.
Yeah. I'm not some jingoist, you know what I'm saying? I wear the flag because I love the country.
Yeah.
But seriously, I mean, that's beyond, man. You like, really, just, it's the flag, for God's sake. But then again, these are the same people. I'm sure if I asked them, they probably offer counseling for the fact I was raised Catholic. I wouldn't put it past them. Especially now, they probably started something up new this semester because of the shit with those kids in D.C. last week.
Oh yeah, because like right now it's like the Catholic, Christianity, all that's under fire and stuff like that, except Islam. Like no, you can't say nothing about that. Because fear of being.
Yeah. You know what it is, and it's gonna harken back to it, and I'm glad that this happened and that they were Catholic, and I'll tell you exactly why. The left is showing again, they're baring their fangs, they're showing their true face.
Oh yeah,
and I'm glad we're talking about this, because I just remembered what happened to me today. So it was at that same state building. While they were doing my paperwork, I went and wandered to their offices because I'm one of those annoying assholes who goes and talks to people randomly. So I went into this office to talk to this woman, to tell her about when I was going back down to D.C., because they were there to help the veterans, and I wanted to see if I could get, talk to anyone for them, if they needed any help, networking or whatever. And so while I was talking to her, the conversation veered onto the wall. And she literally gave me the same reasons for the wall, that she doesn't want them there, that blonde moron, Adam destroys everything. Yeah, she was citing all of his reasons. And so I told her, I didn't want to go into it and debunk everything, because I could tell right off the bat how vicious she was. I mean, I told her about the things. I told her, I said, I actually have a friend I stream with who refers to the president as an orange tangerine. And orange potato, sorry. I did tell her actually orange potato. And she said, well, I call him worse than that. I said, okay, that's your opinion. You're welcome to it. But this was the thing. This was the crux of the conversation. She said to her, she said to me, get this, ready? We don't need the wall because most of the country lives on the coasts anyway. And I look at her, I go, yeah, but that doesn't mean that we forget about the rest of the country just because the populations are on the coasts. And I told her, I said, I'm for the wall, and this is the God's honest truth. The fact that it's going to be there for border security to me is actually, it's a happenstance. That's not the reason I want the wall. I want the wall because where the wall is going to be put, every hamlet, every village, every town, every county, and obviously every state that the wall is going to cut through is going to have to be audited. And once that's audited, there's going to be so much corruption that gets exposed. People are going to go to jail. The taxpayers are going to get rebates and refunds for everything that's been skimmed. It's going to be basically transforming that section of the Southwest unbelievably. And because they're going to be doing an infrastructure project of that magnitude, they're going to have to add new roads. They're going to need for supplies to come in and out. They're going to have to revamp the electrical grid. The sewage grids are going to have to be redone. It's going to be a massive undertaking. It's going to completely transform the Southwest. It's going to make it actually more attractive for people to starting up businesses down there. It's going to draw more people from different parts of the country into the Gulf region. This is why I want them to actually build the damn wall. You know, because of what it's going to do for that part of the country.
Yeah, because right now that part of the country is just shitty.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Especially like you live in Texas, it's your state's going to see a massive windfall because of all this construction that's going to go on. You know, that's part of the reason that I'm for it. And now this is where I couldn't believe when she said all this shit about the coast, because I told her, I said, the second thing that, like, this is stuff me and Burnside have talked about in depth. The second thing we're pushing for is we're pushing for them just like they did centuries ago. They abandoned Philadelphia as the original capital city, and now it's basically like a tourist place. I said, we already have all the museums and all this shit in D.C. Just leave it as that and have all those original buildings, but actually move all of the offices and everything to the Midwest, to Chicago, to Cleveland, to Detroit. And she said to me when I said that, I said, you know, it's going to revitalize the Midwest, and it'll do the same thing like building the wall will for the Southwest. The Midwest will get the revitalization of them moving the capital structure from D.C. and from Virginia to the Midwest. And she said, oh, yeah, I'm a Clevelander. And I look at her, I'm like, wow, Democrat, you moved to the coasts and fuck your home. Because she's like, well, fuck the rest of the country. Everyone lives on the coast, but she's from Cleveland originally. Wow. To just abandon where you're from, like to be that heartless, that's true Democrat right there.
Yeah. And the thing is, like how you said, you know, like I'm saying, like those type of people you can't have a discussion with, because once you do, they get so goddamn outrageous. I'm like, you know what, fuck it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I try telling people all the time, like, nah, I'm not a partisan. I'm for the country. That's all I'm interested in. That's why I voted for Trump. Seriously, I look at him as everyone's like, yeah, well, he's like a bull in a china shop, and he says all this crazy shit. And, that's why I voted for him. Look, Washington has been like a fucking wax museum for the past 30 years. It needed a shot in the arm. I got a crazy loudmouth billionaire from Queens elected. That should do it. Seriously. Be honest, bro. The past 3 years now, going on 3 years, this has been the most wild ride I've had my entire life.
I'll say yeah. I'll say yep. Like I said, because he is doing total opposite of what they, you know, what they usually doing and shit like that. It's like, you know, like here, because you can tell, like, you know, Trump is he is deeply, you know, like for America, in my opinion, right there, you know, compared to like the rest of these you know, politics and stuff like that that are worried about, you know, like certain things right there. You know, he trying to improve America the best way he can, because, you know, shit, he got so much invested here.
Yeah, like I told people, like, this, it amazes me, some of these leftists. One of them said to me, well, he's only trying to fix up this country because, you know, he wants to be remembered for it. I go, well, no shit. they're like, well, he doesn't really love America. I said, whether or not the love is a put on, the fact of the matter is he wants to be remembered as the man who made America great. You know, that's why his slogan's "Make America Great Again." I'm all for that. Like, the thing of it was, the rest of them all had people they were beholden to. This guy isn't beholden to anybody. When I've seen every scumbag politician when they all came out against him, I'm like, oh fuck yeah, I'm voting for this guy. Seriously, when I seen all these people condemning him and all this vitriol, and then all of these comedians and all of these different actors and actresses, like, that's the thing from living here. My entire life, I'd always see him on the news, like in pictures with these different people and talking to them, like, and that's why, like, when I seen Sharpton come out against him, I was like, really, Al? You of all people? You fuck.
Al saw money. That's what that was right there. You know, he's like,
Yeah.
oh, it's popular. Oh, it's popular to say this and that right there. So it's like, you know, I'm finna make some money right here. Like, you already know. Anytime Al he doesn't open his mouth unless there's money involved.
Yeah.
And that's how it is with a lot of them.
Yeah. Well, Al makes everything worse.
Uh-huh.
I mean, if I hate saying it like that, you know, I've heard a lot of people, they'll defend him to me. They're like, well, you know, Reverend Sharpton does a lot of good for the community. I say, you know, well, he can't do all bad. People are going to catch on. He has to do some good,
Yeah.
you know, but the thing of it is, he has to cause contention, you know, because I really hate saying it like this. If the black community is cruising on friggin', you know, the gravy train on biscuit wheels, Al Sharpton don't eat.
Exactly.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
has to
he's got to create. Yeah, he's got to create problems. He's got to make black people look like they're this and that and all that right there. And that's what people like Tariq Nasheed, Bishop Tower Swan, and all the rest of these, you know, like pro black acting motherfuckers and stuff right there. They know they got to keep shit going in the black community, otherwise they don't get paid.
Yeah.
And you know, and I've seen this, and I point this out a whole lot right there. But you know, some people, you know, they're so blind and they're so sheepy because they think these people are the fucking greatest and shit. So you know, they don't see that right there. But I know, like, as long as I see it right there, that's what really matters to me. The rest of you idiots can just basically, you know, go on with your own thing. It's like I know the game. It's like they got to keep this bullshit going. They got to tell black people they ain't this, they ain't that. You know, because if black people get to think for themselves, then how do they make money?
Yeah. Well, you and I are both old enough to remember that. This is all some new shit, too, that they started ever since Obama got elected. Because when before that, this is not. If you brought this shit up 10 years ago, people would look at you like you're crazy. Like, yo, it's not the 60s. What the fuck are you talking about? That's why I'm concerned with these young kids. When they come and they're running around, I'm like, you know, I remember back in like the 90s, and like, well, I wasn't born until the 2000s. Oh, well, there you go. Fucking kids.
And they don't take time. They don't take time to look at history.
Yeah, they really don't.
Well, that's because they were told that history, you know, is misogynist because it's of his story.
And that's why they're idiots.
Yeah. That's the problem I have with most of these young people. That's, you know, like, I got to go back to this college for the fucking state. I don't want to because all the goddamn communists on there. And I'm not even saying they're trying to be funny. These motherfuckers walk around with their flags and shit and have rallies in the square. I actually got tailed to, like, the bus stop by a bunch of them because I got a flag on my cane. And one of them goes like this. He's like, it's a symbol of oppression. I go, yeah, only if I hold it against your throat. I don't.
The American flag is a symbol of oppression.
Yeah, according to these young kids.
If it's such a symbol of oppression, then how the hell they able to do oh God.
Yeah.
These dumbass kids these days, I'm like, you know, if the American flag is such a symbol of oppression, how the fuck they able to do walk around and do the shit that they do, talk the way that they act the way that they fucking act, and all that right there? It's like, you know.
Yeah, you know, I was raised that flag. Every stitch of that flag and every thread is a different citizen of this country that it represents. that flag, you know, when you burn that flag, you're burning an effigy of the American population. Every thread, every fiber is a person that is represented by the whole weave of that flag. You know, that's the reason that flag. I really do believe it that much. Like I look at it almost as like a quasi religious thing. Like
Mm.
I've always looked at it. I say, you know, the flag is my cross and the Constitution is my Bible, and I do believe that because I'm not interested in no higher power. Not right now. You know, when I go pass on, yeah, obviously I'm going to have to stand at the gate and I'm going to have to take the judgment. But
Mm.
the thing of it is, like right now on Earth, like look at the way the Buddha said it. Just be a good friggin' decent person. That's really no different than Christianity. And so my thing is, the best way for you to be a decent person is, you know, okay, you have your faith, but how do you do that? Well, the best way is you got to be part of a society that has morals and values. And those
Mm-hmm.
morals and values, to me, are hammered out and outlined by the Constitution. If you use those as a guidebook, if you go by like, you know, the Ten Commandments and the Constitution, pretty much you're on the right path to being a decent human being. And you know, like I said, rather than the cross, I always looked at that flag. That flag to me is the one thing that represents all of us, every one of us. And when you burn that flag, you know, to me, it's like you're disrespecting every fuck, not just the people who fought for it, but everybody. You're disrespecting the civil servants. You're disrespecting, you know, fuck, even the lunch ladies at the schools. Everything that makes this country what it is. You're disrespecting when you
Mm-hmm.
do that. You know, that's why I get so mad when I see them burning the flag. And they're like, well, I'm an American citizen and it's my right. And I go, yeah, it's your right. And I'm not going to lie. It's taking everything in my power not to fucking knock your teeth out. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And I told Burnside when we were in D.C., he's like, you know, I don't know if I'm going to be able to control myself if I see him burning the flag. I go, if you hit them, they win.
Yeah. That's what it,
It's,
and I know, like I said, it sucks having morals and principles, but in the long run, you know, I'm saying, you know, you know, it works, you know, like
yeah,
it's better to take that pat right there than to stoop down to their damn level and you know and just start violently attacking. And it's like how you said, like to the person that sits up here and burn the flag and talking about it's their right and stuff like that. Well, if it's such a symbol of oppression and we live in oppression and shit like that, how do you have such a fucking right?
yeah, exactly. They contradict themselves right then and there.
Yeah.
You know, if they were, you know what, I probably would not even want to hit them if they just would look at me and just say the truth. I'm a spoiled shit, and this is me having a tantrum.
That's it, cause that's exactly what it is. When you
Yep.
see all this bullshit going around, it's just spoiled ass motherfucking millennials throwing the biggest fucking tantrum and shit like that because somebody told them to go out there and act this way.
Yeah.
They're all fucking sheep.
Yeah.
Bah.
Cause I'm saying, cause when you really go out there and you I'm saying, and you ask them like I said, why are you doing this? Why are you protesting this and all that right there? All of them have the same goddamn, you know, answer and shit like that. Like I'm saying, like damn, did somebody just put you in a room and just I'm saying and just played this back and forward until it just got beat into your damn head. A lot of them they don't have no damn arguments. And it's like when you bring them arguments and stuff like that that just contradicts their fucking indoctrination, and you see how they quick to wig out.
Yeah.
Like they be so fucking dumbfounded that they don't know what to do after that. Yeah, that's right, stutter motherfucker, because hell, I done fucked your programming up.
Yeah. Well, you know what it is? They all get their information from the MSN,
Mm,
and I was looking something up because I was watching. I think it was either the Red Elephants or it might have even been Micah Curtis. He might have cut a video about it, and one of them was they were talking about what it is. Both of these guys got shaved heads, so I mixed them up. But they were talking about Don Lemon, and they go like this. They're like, yeah, he's got that house out over in Sag Harbor on Long Island. Which, by the way, this is something. This isn't me doxing Don Lemon. Was already said on one of their videos, and this is also because he actually went and put his house in a magazine. And if you look at his house, it's one of those things where you see this smarmy prick on the TV, and then you see the house that he lives in,
mm.
and it's not like it's some big sprawling mansion. It's one of those houses though where you go there and it's so gauche. It's so bourgeois. It's on the east end of Long Island. It's all the way out. It's on one of the forks, and it's out by the vineyards. And it's one of those old-fashioned houses where everything is hand carved and it's all brass fittings and leather and mahogany. And I'm sitting here and I'm listening to this son of a bitch. He's talking about, well, I come from the South, I come from the Delta, and he's going on and on. And I look at his house, and his armoire is probably worth about like half of my house. I mean, I seriously, he has furniture in his house. His living room set has got to be at least $2.5 million. It's all like Italian leather and hand carved. And I'm just getting to a point where this fucking bastard is causing strife on the news, and he lives like a fucking Greek god.
Yeah, all of them do, man.
Yeah.
But they talk like they so down, like like they so like, oh, I struggle with this and that and everything, while Trump has all such and such and this and that. I'm like, motherfucker, like the ones that sit up here and bark about these damn walls and shit like that and everything. But you look at their houses, and I'm saying, they shit all walled up. Like the people who are so anti goddamn gun and shit like that. But like I'm saying, like dumbass like Alyssa Milano. Oh, you're so anti gun, but when you showed up at that goddamn NRA fucking march and shit like that, what did you do? You had you had like four motherfuckers, I'm saying, armed to the goddamn teeth surrounding your ass.
Yeah.
It's like, that's what I'm saying. It's like the biggest fucking hypocrites in the goddamn world, and they just got these people so fucking ingrained with their bullshit because they're telling them what they fucking want to hear.
Yeah.
And they know that. It's like, look, they know these people are idiots. All you got to do is just basically tell them what they want to hear and just sit back and wait for them to kiss your ass. That's how all these dumbasses are on Twitter and on mainstream media.
Yeah. And when I, as a journalist, when I first started getting into it, and you go out to they'd have these shindigs at these different clubs in Long Island, and they'd have them in Manhattan, and oh God, I remember I was talking to these journalists, and they were all from Newsday, New York Newsday, and they're all standing around, and they're smoking these cohibas. This is back when they were still illegal. And they're drinking Don Perignon, and they're eating the beluga caviar. And I mean, oh my God, it was like, wow. I'm sorry. I'm a beer and steak kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm around these sorts of people, and they're just sitting there, and they're talking. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you've ever had the displeasure of being around true, like progressive liberals. Oh my God, the way that they talk about things. It's one of those things like, wow, I really want to fucking just push you off the dock and watch you fucking fall in the water. Like they're sitting there like, oh, I went to the dealership. I wanted the new Audi. And when I went in, they actually had the balls, the audacity to tell me that they were out of mole hair. I'm sitting here listening to this guy talk like, oh yeah, that's a fucking crying shame. The fuck is mole hair interior? Really? Wow. I'm just happy if the car runs. It must be nice. It must be nice to sit there, and that is the thing that ruins your day, is that the dealership doesn't have the fucking imported handcrafted mole hair interior for your car. And these are the people that are going to sit here, and because the president wants to hook up the working man, they're going to tell him he's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
These fucking bastards.
Like, so who act like the most entitled in the goddamn world? That's what gets me.
Oh yeah.
And it's like you said, both sides are jacked up and shit like that. But right now, it's like, the left is currently showing that they're the most fucked up right now.
Yeah,
that's what's getting me. It's like, and everybody's wondering why I'm talking the way I am, because I'm saying I'm looking at both sides right here, and right now this side is acting more fucked up. So it's like, that's the reason why I'm putting them on goddamn blast. Now, if it was the right, I'd be putting them on blast and shit like that. It's like I just look at the situation and how they are and shit like that. That's why I basically like stay in the damn happy medium, because I already know, whether you go left, whether you go right, everybody's got their fucking lunatic fringes. But right now, here, shit, the left is running fucking goddamn nuts.
Yeah. My problem with the right has always been what I've said for years. They either got, the MAGA meatheads, or they got the ones like, well, we are not going to stoop to that level and sully ourselves and let everyone walk all over them. That's the problem I always had with the right. The left, lately, the amount of degeneracy coming out of there, holy shit. Nah, I got no interest in that, you bunch of sick bastards. What the hell's the matter with all of you? Crazy shit. You see the thing they had, it was Sargon, I think, put up the video. I only seen the clip of it, and it's I think they looked like, a few of them looked like they were black, a few of them looked like they were maybe were Latin also, but they were all wearing Make America Great Again hats. And they're talking to this bald white chick. I mean, when I say bald, she's got a big head.
Oh yeah, that chick. I'm saying, looking like a fucking skinhead with a tattoo on her shit.
Yeah.
And she's talking about feelings.
Yeah. That right there, that to me, okay, we've reached the peak. This is you got to get that clip and keep that clip on you, like save it in your Discord so you have access to it or whatever, and whip that shit out on people. Like whenever they sit there and they talk to you about, like whenever they start talking to you about shit that's inaccurate, when they Trump is racist and his supporters are racist, and look at this crazy snowflake fraud, and she's talking to people of color all rocking MAGA hats, and they're trying to calmly tell her she's crazy. So that's your red pill, that video. Seriously. That I showed that video to a few people, and they're like, "Oh wow!" I go, "Yeah, that's how it is out there."
Yeah, the only reason why they
think people with it.
Yeah, it's like the only reason why they think, I'm saying, Trump supporters are racist and stuff like that, because look what the mainstream media showed. All they show are white people wearing MAGA hats and stuff like that. They don't show the black people. They don't show the Hispanic people. They don't show any of the non-white people, who are actually, like President Trump supporters and shit like that, because they act like we don't fucking exist. All they ever show is white people, and they always try to display them in a situation and shit like that makes them look that way, like how they deal with the MAGA kids and stuff like that. And thank God for the internet, because if we still only had like the news as a source and all that right there, oh man, it would be 10 times as bad as right now. Because I mean, man, Trump, he would be this racist, sexist, misogynistic, homophobic person that they've been displaying him all these past 3 years and shit like that. Had it not been for the internet, I'm debunking all this shit. Like people just like, mainstream media is lying to y'all. Here's what the real truth is. See, that's what gets on my goddamn nerves, man. It's like, if you can just, like I'm saying, we know Trump, he ain't the best thing in the world and shit like that. But when y'all sit up here and spread these damn lies and y'all get exposed and all this stuff right there, that's what makes him look even goddamn better. It's like, shit. If you're trying to take the man down, use the goddamn truth. I know he's doing some fucked up shit somewhere, but you can't point it out because you're steadily trying to fucking lie and stuff like that because you hit desperate mode.
Yeah. Like, the thing of it was, like, I was talking to a lot of people, and they were always talking about how, like, oh, well, he's doing this and that and the third. He's going to be doing some illegal shit. And my thing was this. I told people, I'm like, the man knows how to make a buck, honestly, though. Like, I don't think he has to rip people off. And this is the thing. Like, I talk to a lot of people that, like, that's the thing. I got to show you the videos in my neighborhood. Because my neighborhood is, like, most of the people who work as his laborers, like his electricians, his plumbers, his carpenters, guys who do his welding, his masons, they all live in my neighborhood. They all live in Lindenhurst, Copeg, Babylon. They live in Massapequa, live in Amityville. They live in Deer Park. They all live out over here. A couple of guys live up in Farmingdale. So they all live in this neighborhood. And when he was running, they just took over the main street and had a parade. A pro-Trump parade. And, like, every one of them who has worked for him never had no problems working with him. His company was always honest with him. They always, dealt honestly with him. And this is the thing. If, like, you ever read, like, any of the books, like, that he had, like, collaborated with those ghostwriters on, basically the whole thing to him was he loves making the deal. He loves actually doing the negotiation. It's like his passion. And the thing of it is, like working in the private sector myself a little bit here and there, I could see where the man would get the high of it, and you don't want to taint that by, like getting into bad business. And this is the thing that actually really, really got me mad at the left. When they sat here and they started naming, like, oh, well, Trump worked with this person and this person and this person, and they're known gangsters, and this person is a no gangster, and this. A few of those people they named were actually like relatives. And I'm going to say this now for the record. We are not gangsters, you mainstream media fucks. Get over that shit. Seriously. Some insulting shit. Oh, but, Trump associates with Sicilian gangsters. Go fuck your mother. Sorry, I don't mean to take it to that way, but you know what I'm saying? Call us gangsters. Well, because we got vowels in our names. The fuck out of here. Because we're from that part of the world. They're going to say that shit. Prove that they actually have committed crimes. Oh, well, they've been investigated in the past. Okay, did anything bear fruit? Well, no, they were just investigated. My father, may he rest in peace, they investigated him. That's how they are. They investigate people. But they're going to sit there and they're going to pull that shit on our president. Well, he associates with known gangsters. The known gangsters, fuck are they walking the streets for? That's a slander.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just one of the
that's
things.
that's what they've been doing a lot lately. I'm saying all the slander and libel that's been going on.
Yeah. Oh, it drives me nuts. It drives me so fucking nuts, man. Like, just be honest. Try to be honest with us. You know what it was? When you look back and like, if you actually look like at a highlight reel, and you know, I don't like getting on Obama so much, but at the same time, it was not just him. Like, it was all of those Democrats and the Republicans that were on board with them. The way that they were running the country for 8 years, and then when Trump was running, especially when Obama was out there and he was talking shit about him when he was trying to run for president, and then he comes out and he's like, if you vote for him, you know, you're destroying my legacy. You owe it to me not to vote for him. Like, wow. That's like the audacity on these Democrats. Like,
who said that?
Obama. Obama came out and addressed the black community directly and told them, if you vote for him, I'm going to take it personal.
He said that.
I swear to God, man, I get struck by lightning.
I really need people on boards.
I'm not even joking. I got such a problem with these Democrats after, you know what? Like,
Was
I
he
look back on.
saying that?
Yeah, there's a recording saying that. Are you kidding me? I watched all the videos afterwards, all the reaction videos. There was this one woman.
Oh, I need to look this up.
Huh?
I need to look this up and see it for myself.
Oh, yeah. I can't believe you never heard about this. Bro, this was a big thing. Like, seriously, I remember because, again, I remember listening to a lot of the radio.
I haven't heard anything about this. It's not like the media would cover something like that. They'd bury any controversy about him under the rug.
Well, this is the thing because I remember everyone cut videos about it. Leo Dunson cut a video. Brandon Tatum cut a video about it. Uncle Hotep cut a video about it. I mean, they were all cut. I mean, everyone. I woke up and I'm looking all of a sudden, like, I got all these notifications. I'm like, what the fuck? And I start going through it. I'm like, oh, shit. What did Barry do? What did Barry do this time? Fucking Barry. Oh, God. I had somebody say to me once, like, Scooby, you don't like him because he's half black. I go, no, I don't like him because he's half Irish. Seriously. Fuck him. Commie bastard. You know, I want to say this for the record on the air. To the black community, I really feel bad that Obama was the first black president. I'm not saying that trying to be funny. That fucking chafes my ass. Like, seriously, I would have so much rather seen somebody, like, really fucking stellar. Like, spectacular, you know what I'm saying? And instead, you just get Barry. I'm sorry, man. That's fucking wrong. It's like, you know, the Irish, they got Kennedy, and they're all trying, oh, well, Kennedy was a fucking thug. Like, let's be real. He did some good stuff. Yeah, he was, I mean, I don't know, man. I got to think about that. You're going to philander, you're going to screw around on your wife and kids with somebody in your wife's bedroom while your wife and kids are outside in the yard. You're going to take another married woman to a bedroom. I can't jive with that. You know what I'm saying? And
you think his mind was blown when he went to the afterlife?
Oh my God.
Oh God. But you know what I'm saying? These Democrats, they sit there and they try to do this demagoguery shit with these presidents that they give us. And then when you peel back the veneer and you see what's underneath, nah, I'm sorry. I really am. This is the thing, and I'm going to say this too. I really hope. I hope and I pray. I thank God that Cardinal Dolan wants to excommunicate that mafia thug Cuomo. Please, yes, I would love to see a Sicilian American be elected president one day, but God, please, not him. Anybody but him. Oh dear God. Oh God.
So what would excommunicating do to him anyway?
Well, check this out. The Italian American community, the Sicilian American community, most of the Irish American community tend to be Catholic. So does most of the Latin community. Yeah, Cuomo would basically not get any of their votes. You know, look, I may be a lapsed Catholic myself, and I don't particularly identify with the faith, but I know how these folks are growing up around them. Yeah, yeah, like Opus Dei, the guys who whipped themselves, those are actually like really diehard Catholics. These folks take their shit seriously. They got those ones, the folks down in like where the fuck is it? Is it Honduras? Where every Easter they actually crucify themselves. Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Catholics tend to be like really.
I remember that episode House.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. They tend to be really fanatical Catholics. Like they're a step below the Jehovah's Witnesses, and they're on par with the Muslims. I don't care what anyone says. We just don't have a weird dress code like that. They're really strict like that. Like my father was like that. Like the reason it's called break fast is you're breaking the fast. You're not supposed to eat after sundown. Like that was a thing in my house when I was a kid.
Huh.
Yeah.
I always wondered why it was called that.
Yeah. You're
I just never
breaking the
bothered to
fast.
look it up.
Yeah, you're breaking the fast. Like in my house, we had to have fish on Friday and nothing but fish. I have to say grace before every meal, and we had to have a glass of red wine with dinner. That was just, bro. This is like some of the weird quirks that these folks have. If Cuomo gets excommunicated, he's not going to get voted in. No one. I'm sorry, there is not anyone who is of Latin descent I can think of, except maybe in Florida. There's for some reason there's a lot of Cuban Jews. Other than that, yeah, he won't get any votes. He won't get voted in by them. I'll tell you this much. All the illegals that they've been sneaking in, that's whose vote he was counting on. He gets excommunicated, he's fucked.
Cuban Jews. So what kind of foods is that called?
I don't know, but bro, it's delicious. Seriously, if you get the chance, if you ever get the chance, go down to Miami Beach. I don't know, but if you ever get the chance, go down to Miami Beach. There was a few places down there, like they specialized in that mixed cuisine. Holy shit, was it good? I can't even pronounce what the hell I was eating, but it was fantastic. Oh,
why is all this Ariana Grande shit popping up on my damn feed?
well, what did she do now?
I don't know, something like
did a dumbass thing and went and got the Chinese lettering in kanji for what was supposed to be 7 rings. Instead, it says Korean barbecue.
That's so awesome.
I was like, well, she makes enough money. She can go and get that shit lasered off.
Idiot. Someone tattooed.
Still better tattoo than that One Direction turd on your cheek.
Oh my god, yeah.
You know,
shit.
I know a singer for a band, and he was supposed to get he has this tattoo in Old English lettering across his stomach, and it's supposed to say Scrappy. And I'm looking at it, and I elbow the guy in his band. I'm like, "What's the tattoo supposed to say on his stomach?" He said, "Scrappy." I go, "Yeah, take a look at it." And he looks, and he's like, "Oh, he had it misspelled." So this guy has 2-foot letters going from like his waist up to his rib cage across his stomach, and it's supposed to say Scrappy, but instead it says Scrapey because he left out a P.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God. Oh, you hate when you get that illiterate tattooist.
Yeah.
That's worse than regerts.
Yeah. I love that commercial. Sad thing is, this guy and the tattooist, neither one of them could spell, so no one knew that they misspelled it for years.
Oh god.
Like,
It's
you
like
realize,
how do you fix that damn problem?
yeah, seriously. He just said, "Fuck it, it's Scrappy with one P." I said, "All right, fine, I'll go with that, Scrappy." You gotta tell yourself.
Like I said, that's why they do that. What do they call it when they put like the little printing on you first, and just to see if you like it, if
The
everything's to your
stencil.
liking.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
stencil.
that's why they do that shit first. And be like, okay, wait a minute, something's wrong here.
Yeah. Like when I got the one done on my arm, it was, I went in, I threw it on, I go, well, yeah, all right, we'll do it. Let's go for it. Everything lined up fine, and I was happy with it. But yeah, some of these, oh my god, I like it. I hate it when I see somebody with, like with a tattoo that got fucked up. Like, not that even that it got fucked up. Like, have you ever seen when somebody got a tattoo and the tattooist did the wrong tattoo?
Yeah.
Mm.
Like they picked the picture off of the chart and they tell the tattooist, and for whatever reason they told the tattooist just did the wrong tattoo because he thought he was doing a different one.
Oh damn, that's
Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you go in, they got the pictures of the Red Devils, or they got the pictures of, like, the anchor and the bird and shit. So, yeah, let me get tattoo B3 off of this one. And they wind up doing E3 instead. Yeah, I've seen that happen. Oh, my God, is that bad?
oh
Like,
god.
oh, yeah, like, you're talking lawsuits and shit. But, I mean, when you're there, oh, my, and when people, like, go buck on the tattooist. Wow, that's some wild shit to watch. I was in one of these places that it got hot, and I was I think it was with my wife at the time, and I told her, I said, "Come on, let's get out of here." She's like, "Why?" I said, "They were going to get into a fight," and she said, "So?" I said, he just tattooed him with the wrong thing, babe. You realize what that means?" She's like, "No." I said, "Okay." That guy, the guy who got tattooed wrong, was a biker who was like twice my size. I said, I'm guaranteeing you, I said, somebody's probably going to pull out like a snubby revolver or a blade or something. I said, this is going to get hot. Let's get out of here. I don't want to be a witness.
I know it's fucked up to say, but it's like, yeah, it's like, yeah. In today's society, shit like that, the last thing you want to be is a witness to something that goddamn violent, especially when it involves motherfuckers like that. Like, oh goddamn,
Yeah.
shit. If I say anything, I'm gonna get fucked up.
Well, not even that. I just don't want to have to like testify. That's the reason. Like, if I see shit going south, I get the fuck out of Dodge because I don't want to have to sit there and go into the court system for the next couple of years. And like, oh yeah, well, I witnessed the event on December the 3rd, and I saw the two. No, I'm not doing that shit. Seriously, you said I ain't see nothing, man. I was over by the Slurpee machine. Seriously, I was cursing because they were out at a mango blast. The next thing I know, I heard shots fired. They were like, "Well, did you turn around then?" I said, "Nah, fuck it. I just kept focused on the machine, hoping they would go away."
Sergeant Schultz it. I know nothing.
Here I come.
Oh, all right, hold on. Let me open the door for them. All right, sorry, the dogs.
Oh shit.
Sorry, a lot of noise, guys. I'm going to be muted for a second. What are you guys all quiet now? All of a sudden, I feel like I'm at
As I
church.
said, like, damn, what?
Well,
Damn, what the hell?
I do have something to say, but I want to hear your reaction to it because you're gonna love it.
What?
The Florida man story.
Oh, okay. Let me hear it.
I love it.
Florida man spent weeks in jail for heroin that was actually detergent.
What?
The Florida cops jailed him for possessive detergent because they thought it was heroin.
Well, he's probably going to get a healthy lawsuit.
The police thought it was heroin.
Yeah.
It was in Martin County, Florida.
Well, damn, that's on the police then. Like, shit, how the fuck you get? Well, yeah, well, that
Deputy
is decent.
allegedly tested a bag that was found inside.
Do me a favor, baby brother. Type out the name of the county in the side chat.
Martin County.
Most likely it's not Martin County. We don't have a fucking Martin County.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Post the
another
link
thing.
in the side chat.
That's another thing, actually, really weird. Like people here in New York, like downstaters like me, we don't know the names of the counties in our own state. I'm serious. I don't know any of the counties upstate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a really weird phenomenon. We're very, I guess, centric to our own city.
Yeah, I don't know all the counties in the state.
Oh, damn.
Hey, Pat, do you know all the counties in your state?
Yeah, not a clue.
All right.
I know.
Well, good.
I know a few here. I know a few here and there. I'm saying it's usually the ones that's like nearby me. Other than that, anything else all around, my geography sucks.
Oh, thank God. I thought it was just me. Seriously, I stream with all you guys, and everyone's talking to me about like their state, and they like know the geography of their state, like they got it memorized. I'm like, oh wow, I feel like a douche. I don't know anything. Come on in. Damn dogs.
Martin County is a county located in the Treasure Coast region.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, well, this guy's looking at getting his money back.
Oh yeah.
Continue reading it.
Seriously.
Okay, hang on. Let me find it. Okay, December 5th, the Martin County Sheriff's Office responded to reports of a suspicious van in a parking lot and found 29-year-old Matt Cruel sleeping in the vehicle. A deputy allegedly tested a bag that was found inside the van and told Cruel it was heroin. It was laundry detergent. He showed me a picture of the field test kit that he supposedly conducted on his phone. He never actually showed me the real test kit, Cruel told reporters. I just looked at him baffled and confused because I had no idea as to where 92 grams of heroin came from inside my van. Cruel was arrested and charged with trafficking heroin. His bond was set to $500,000. It's very surreal when you're sitting in jail with a $500,000 bond, Cruel told the news station, and you can go anywhere knowing that you didn't do wrong. WPTV reports the officer who arrested Cruel, Deputy Stephen O'Leary, was fired after an investigation found he had jailed at least 11 innocent people on drug charges.
Damn.
No matter what we do, no matter how hard we try, just based on the law of possibilities, there's always a possibility that one bad apple will slip through, said Martin County Sheriff William Snyder.
Okay.
Cruel said he may sue for damages.
Martin County is one of those counties that got enveloped by Port St. Lucie and another town around it, so it's hardly ever referred to as Martin County.
Ah.
We have that happen all over, like Miami-Dade.
Mm-hmm.
That's two counties fighting each other.
Ah, got it.
Jacksonville, it took over two cities.
Ah, all right.
But yeah, that suing for damage part is like, I don't know, you might have to do that, bro. Like, damn, this dude did this 11 times. Like,
yeah, that's actually a class action lawsuit. Then they should actually do that together, file as a group. They'll get more money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fucked up, man. Because like I said, that's just a crooked cop.
Yeah, that's just a crooked human being in general.
Mm-hmm.
How the fuck are you gonna do that to innocent people? I mean,
I'm saying,
you know, I hate saying it, but like all the drama shit that I was talking about earlier, it's in the same vein as that. Like, you're gonna sit there and you're gonna cause all that trouble just for like clicks and views. It's the same like this guy. He just arrested all these innocent people just to get closer to that gold shield.
mm-hmm.
That's bad, man. That's that lust for gold. It's a different
Yeah.
currency.
And
Different
those
currency.
are and those are the cops that make, I'm saying, that make all cops look bad, because people who hate cops, they look for people like this right here just so they can,
Mm-hmm.
just so they can crap on all of them. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, shit on that cop right there. Don't use him to, like, bash everybody else.
Yeah. That's heartbreaking.
You know
That
what I'm saying?
like how
But
many of
yeah,
these people how many of these people did actual years because of this guy? I don't think that
mhm.
they were all just 30-day bids. I mean, there's got to be at least a few of these people that might actually. What if they had priors? He might have got somebody a decade.
If that's the case, oh yeah, like I said, all of them need to get together and shit and file a lawsuit.
The article says that Carl may actually sue for damages. I'm not saying he ruined my life, but he definitely caused me a lot of emotional distress and a lot of stress on my family.
Yeah.
Yeah, I already said he's probably gonna sue. Let's see, I've got a Japanese man, Super Bowl,
Oh, what?
a Super Bowl story. Let's see. For the first time ever, the Super Bowl will feature male cheerleaders.
Oh yeah, that shit.
What happens when I'm not even gonna bother saying this NPC term, but what happens when Latino people gentrify Latino communities?
How do you gentrify? Okay, if now this is the
Latino it is then.
this is the thing. How do you gentrify something? If now gentrification, I always thought that was they meant they moved in white people. If it's Latinos and they're gentrifying a Latino neighborhood,
Hold on, you're gonna
isn't
love this part.
yeah, I got it. It's confusing me.
LA's Boyle Heights is gentrifying despite a battle to ward off outsiders.
Uh, uh,
They're
Wow.
complaining about Latinos trying to ward off outsiders.
I don't know what to say.
I got to hear this.
And Latino people may have something to do with that. Okay. Boyle Heights is experiencing unfettered and unprecedented transformation. The Mexican-American neighborhood, located just east of downtown Los Angeles, was once characterized by its taquerias and quinceañeras. Okay, I guess taqueria is the male version. Quinceañera shops. Today, the barrio is glittered with new boutique coffee spots, bars, and record stores. These commercial adornments can be understood as omens of gentrification. They're signals that what has been predominantly low-income black and brown neighborhoods is on its way to becoming a hub for young, affluent white folks. What?
Okay, first of all, it's pronounced quinceañera. It's like
Whatever.
the Hispanic version of a sweet 16, only it's when the girl turns 15.
Yeah, what stoned was the taquerias. I guess that's the male version, like the one they do for boys.
Boys don't usually get a sweet 16.
Then what's a taqueria?
I don't know. How about you post the link in the side check and I can fucking Google it?
How's it spelled?
It's TAQU. Taqueria?
TAQU? That's it?
No.
Huh.
Let me find the article. TAQUE. What?
Weren't you just reading from it?
Yeah.
Then why do you need to find the article?
Because I had to switch tabs to put the link in the side chat. Taquerias.
Tuqueras.
Okay.
I forget what it means, but that's how it's pronounced. Tuqueras. Huh. My Espanol is very rusty. Haven't really used it too much lately. You know, don't go out as much as I used to. But anyway.
Okay. Typically, the progenitors of gentrification are white, but what about when they're not? Recently, the barrio has seen an influx of upwardly mobile, college-educated Mexican Americans. Usually, these well-to-do Chicano.
They're taco stands.
Oh. You know, second thing that came to mind was maybe some kind of taco celebration. I was close. Anyways, usually these well-to-do
Barrios are restaurants.
burritos.
What?
Barrios are restaurants.
Are they for burritos?
No. A barrio is a neighborhood.
No, it says restaurants.
No, I'm telling you that's wrong. Barrio is El Barrio is the
I
neighborhood.
just Googled barrio.
I'm telling you. Look, trust me on this one. I know the word. It's not. Barrio is the neighborhood.
I'm really loving this. Two people who probably don't speak Spanish are arguing what Spanish word means.
I mean, it does. There is a one saying barrio is a Spanish word meaning a quarter or neighborhood. In
Yeah.
Spain, several Latin American, countries, Philippines. The term also used officially to denote a division of municipality.
Yeah. Kelt, you got to remember, Sicilian is like 30% Spanish.
Hey, Tara, is it 2 R's?
Yes.
Okay.
My
Anyway,
last name is also Spanish, just to let you know, FYI.
now I know how Scribe-like feels.
What?
He keeps getting interrupted when trying to read an article. Usually these well-to-do Chicano arrivistas are drawn to the area not only because of its relatively low rent and proximity to the city center, but also by its connection to their cultural heritage. With this new breed of settlers comes a new genre of commerce, one that, like its forebears, sits at the crossroads of two commitments. First, to its Mexican-American roots. Second, to the dominant Scandinavian aesthetic of the urban creative class. At Primera Taza Coffee House, customers will not find a Cafe Americano on the menu. In its place, a Cafe Chicano. A few blocks away is Mariachi Plaza. It's the wine bar east side. I don't know if LUB is short for something. At ESL, which stands for both East Side Love and English as a second language. You can buy a house-made sangria and sign up to participate in the Mariachi OK. The fuck? Which is like karaoke, but with a catalog of traditional mariachi songs on the bar's website.
That's actually pretty cool.
Owner Guillermo
Guillermo.
describes ESL as a bar where you can be as Mexican as you want and be as American as you want, plus everything in between. In 2007, Uribe coined a term to describe the movement that his bar and other new Chicano-owned establishments represented. He called it gentrification, a combination of the word gentrification and the Spanish word for people, gente. In a 2014 interview with Los Angeles, Uribe said, I started to see the potential of improving the community from the inside out. If gentrification is happening, it might as well be from people who care about the existing culture. In the case of Boyle Heights, it would be best if the gente decide to invest in improvements because they are more likely to preserve its integrity. This is a fucking long article. I'm not going to read all of it.
I got the gist of it. So
I'm not even a quarter of the way through.
yeah, no, but I get what
Yeah.
it is. Basically, they're pissed off because and I'm gonna go with Latino community. Fuck this leftist nonsense
Yeah,
with that
that's
X.
where you got to fuck over the Latinos too, because like last I checked, there's no X sound in the entire language.
It's because they have a problem with it because it's the paternal form of it. It's the masculine form of it.
Yeah.
And it's just the look. I hate saying it, you know. It's because they don't like that man's world thing, you know, like the man's world. Because everything. Well, look, it's been like this for thousands of years. I mean, I really don't like that they're trying to change it, so I'm not going to play ball with them.
Why not go with Latin?
Yeah, so I'll just go with the Latino community. So
or is that too much like latrine?
Yeah, we'll go with Latino. But the guy, what was his name? Guillermo. The guy Guillermo that you were talking about in the article. What he did was he was doing what anyone would do. I mean, they've done it. They do it in the Italian American communities. They do it in the Greek American communities, and those people don't particularly care because the owners are from the communities. This is the West Coast, though, so these leftists are having a hissy fit over it because to them
They
it's
need
got
their slums to stay in power.
They want it to. Well, they want it to be where they want it to be the old cliche. You know, it's that's like they tried to do the same thing. They tried saying something like that about somebody up in Harlem. I remember there was a few people that were doing that, like back in the turn of the century. You know, like when I say turn of the century, I'm talking about like the 99, 2000, around that era, and they gave them shit because they were trying to accuse them of gentrification. The guy said, I'm as black as the day is long. Business is business, and Harlem needs this business because it's not up here right now. And that's what a lot of it is a lot of these people, they don't want the businesses in their community. I mean, let's face it, they're using this gentrification to hide the fact they don't want their taxes to go up. They don't want their community to become more economically viable because then they can't afford to live there anymore. That's what it is. That's what the thing is when people start screaming gentrification. It's because they know once the neighborhood starts to prosper, it's going to affect them. It's going to hit them in the wallet. They can't afford to live there anymore. That's what that is. I can understand that. No one wants to see their neighborhood become some place full of strangers. That's your neighborhood. You love it. But on the other hand, time marches the fuck on and progress is progress. This is the part that makes me progressive. Like, I'm one of those people where I'll say, well, yeah, you can't just sit here and like, okay, well, we're never going to get rid of the shop that makes the saddles and buggy whips. It's a tradition in this neighborhood. Yeah, it's a problem. You're going to start having inventory pile up. That's what this is. There's a lot of elements to that. I'm guessing from what little bit you read of the article, but I've heard this song before. Same tune, different lyrics. Oh, we're at time, Tara.
Yes, we are. You guys got anything to show?
That's it. Well, not much this go around.
Aside from the show.
Only thing I got is, like I said, Chinese New Year. I'm going to be heading into Flushing to film it. So, that's about it. That's the only thing I got to show.
Thought it was called Fuxing.
No, Falashang. That's what they changed it. Falashang. That's what the locals call it now.
Yeah.
It used to be when Fran Drescher lived there, it was, oh my God, it's Flushing. Now it's Falashang.
And me, I got some future videos coming up on my channel. I just haven't gotten the motivation to put them up yet. I've been working, and as soon as I get off work, man, I'm so goddamn lazy.
At least you admit it.
Hopefully, I get it done this weekend.
Yeah, I hear you.
And I'm Terrace, and your favorite cyber bitch. To those that I decided to hide, yeah, fuck off. Have a good night.
Night all.
All right.